books, music, movies, outings. We were two sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, a comfort in the silence, feeling alive in your smile. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, 'cause we just don't fit. Is there something on your mind? You say that it's alright, but I can tell that's a lie. Never thought that it'd be like this. No, I can't stand the silence. Lately it's so hard to find. And fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. Yeah, we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, 'cause we just don't fit. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands.
All right, I made it. I made it. I made it. All right. It's Wednesday, hump day. Feeling a little better about what's going on here. I'm pretty excited. We're going to do something different today. And I have to send something out real quick. Give me 1 second. And I'll explain it all to you. I promise. Well, that was awkward. Sorry, I had to send out something real quick that I totally forgot to do. So, anyway, we're going to do something different today. We are going to kind of go through my day, I guess, of what I do during the day when it comes to my practice sessions. And so what I would like to do, and we'll see how successful this will be. And if it's not, then it's not. It's worth a try, though. I want to get some time behind the keyboard today. It's been kind of a rough couple days. And so we need to do this. So what we're going to do today, we're going to start off with my practice session. That's going to be, so every day I have daily homework. And it's sometimes it's extensive, sometimes it's not. Today I looked at it and it didn't look very extensive as far as what it is. Hey, Mom. Good morning, Mom. Good morning. It's my mom. I'll always have that one supporter, don't worry. And that's my mom. So we are going to go through it real quick. And so I had pulled it up. I just need to start. Where'd it go? So, and it's not the full screen for some reason. It's not playing along with me. But this is my daily homework today. And they're just basically, we're practicing the sum families. So it's going to be, sorry, this is the worst, of course. My phone's quiet all day, all morning so far. Yeah, here. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through the sum drills, the briefs, the word family sum. So you're going to have somebody, somehow, someplace, sometime, some way, somewhere, someday, someone, something, sometimes, and somewhat. So if this is different from your theory, by all means, stick to your theory. That's your foundation. But if this is something that you can use that will help you, hell yeah. So we're going to go through that. There's not an audio for it, which kind of sucks. But we do what we do. And I got to go over here. Typing on the wrong screen again. Yeah, so you have to bear with me. So that I can, we're learning this together. I gotta open my case off, my Eclipse to get this party, because I have to submit the notes to it at the end of the day. So we do this. All right. So I'm not sure. Let's see, last stroke. So again, we are learning together because that's how we do it. And I want to say that there is audio, and if I can get that going, that would be sweet. So it's gonna be a fun day of doing this, learning. So I'm logging into my EV360 because a lot of these advanced theory books like this for my school, they actually do audio for them too. So I'm hoping that this is in here. I want to say it is, but I could be wrong. But we're going to look anyway, because that's how we roll. Let's see. Advanced Theory Orange Book. Oh, wait a minute. Lessons to 17. I don't think it's in here. And it goes to lesson. I don't think this is going to work. Oh, that sucks. Maybe. So that's lesson 4. Oh, see, that's unfortunate. It goes to lesson 10. This is what, lesson 17? Unless I'm looking at the... Oh, how unfortunate. I was so wanting this to work, but it's not going to. So, we're going to sit here and we're going to do it anyway. What is yelling at me? That's what's yelling at me. All right. So, and one of these days I'll figure out how to make this my background so it's just me floating there. That'd be creepy. I think I need a green screen for that, but that's something I don't want to put up behind me. So you guys can stare at my my beautiful barn door right there. All right. Okay, so that's still working. So if these are, like I said, if these are different from what you guys use, and what's nice too is that I have my clips open because sometimes I got so it's different than your theory. Yeah, I've got a dictionary that was given to me from the school, and the interesting thing that I noticed is that sometimes the what they teach in the book and what's in the dictionary, or it might not be in the dictionary, period. So there's never really conflict as far as what is in my dictionary. It's more about what's not in my dictionary that they teach. So not everything that is there in my dictionary that's been taught is in my dictionary. So I like to go through it like how I'm doing now. And I know you guys can't see it. I wish I can do it a little differently, but I can't. I go through and type it out, the briefs, the little word families there, to make sure that they're actually in my dictionary. Because there's been times where I've been writing and the brief that I use is correct according to my theory, but that brief is not in my dictionary, so I always put it in. So, this is basically my hard copy practice, and I'm actually clicking on my streaming program here to try to get to move down, and that's not working. So let's do this. There we go. Yeah, see, normally, sometimes it can be a long thing, but today it is not. It's just this one paragraph, which is kind of cool. And I have to move it on I'm doing multiple things here. I have to move it from on one screen to the other to get this to move where it's supposed to be. So we can just go somewhat. And most of the time, if you guys aren't following along, I can still sit here and listen to you guys chit chat while we're doing this. Someday I'll be at 225. I would. I don't know. I wish I will be. And it's been a difficult journey. I will say at the least. During this last couple weeks, I had planned to, during test rally, to try to test out of some of my speeds. Unfortunately, life throws you curveballs, and I was not able to because of some health issues within my family. So I had to take care of my mother-in-law. She had to go to the hospital, unfortunately, but we got that figured out, and we're going to kick butt. So as I am doing this along, that's a million sometime. Oh, there it is. So it's kind of like a morning warm-up BS section. I'm trying to find something that changes up a little bit. And one thing I like about doing this is that as I'm talking to you guys, I'm actually writing. So I'm trying to get the not distraction. There's a better word for it. Writing while distracted or writing with things going on. So I'm thinking that if I do this while I am writing, it might help me out a bit to when my mind starts to drift. Sometimes I tend to drop words. So while I'm typing, and it's so far so good. I wonder if I can do that one stroke. Nope. How do I set up my dictionary like in your Eclipse, or do you like write it down? So the dictionary the dictionary that I have was given to me from my school. And so one thing that sorry, let me get to your answer here. So one thing I do I got a basic dictionary for eclipse from my school, and so it's very, very basic. A lot of the briefs that I have learned that are not from my theory that I've learned from other people, I have to manually put those in. But and then some people build from scratch. That's also an option too. I can't imagine doing that because I would lose my mind. But you can definitely ask your school if they have one with theory. Sometimes you get it, and you only get it once you get to a certain speed. But I got kind of lucky because I started doing the way my schedule went. Even though I wasn't a high speed student yet, I went into my Eclipse technology course that they offer, and so I had to have that in order to do that course, that portion of the classes. So I was giving it to it a little early. And yeah, there's a lot of truth in this one. Sometimes I want to throw my hands up and cry. Absolutely, that is that's a real thing. So, and it's weird with, I'm not gonna say just with Eclipse, but because Eclipse is the only program I know. I've never used Case Catalyst, and so it's not like a West Coast, East Coast rap battle or anything like that. I've never used it before. And so one of the things that I've noticed that I like, or not that I like, that's kind of it's difficult for me. Let me just cut to the chase. I mean, I am a good crier, Ralph. I rage more than I cry. One of the things I notice, I'd like to think to myself that I'm pretty tech savvy. And there was this Eclipse is difficult for me to learn. Not that it's not difficult, period. And I'm sure Case would be the same way for me. It's just that there's so much when we talk about hotkeys and hyperkeys and all that stuff like that. There was a lot for me to ingest at one time, and so I learned it, but now I'm putting it to use. So I'm hopefully getting more proficient in it. You took your first Q&A 60-word minute test and you failed because your hands were shaking and I dropped words. Yeah, I remember my 60s last week. It feels like it's rough, man. The jitters. Like I was talking to somebody yesterday on Messenger, and we were talking about speeds and stuff like that, and they had thought that I was at a higher speed, and I'm not. I'm at 80, and it's the testing stuff. Like Heather was saying, where I fall along with socially awkward streams and Candace, who comes on the show, I fall along with her at 120 and 140, and I grabbed almost everything that was there, and so I'm like, wow, okay. And then I would go and do a test, and sure shit, I would drop a bunch of stuff. So that is the mental game to that is more frustrating to me than anything. There it is. Sorry, I'm submitting my homework, by the way, the one we just did together, or at least I did while you watched me do it. Yeah, so that was a big thing for me is getting outside of my head. It's horrible for me, and this is the only. I've done a lot of things in my life, and I'm not bragging, but I've done a lot of risky things in my life from military and police work, and I've been to a lot of tough schools in both the military and in law enforcement. A lot of tough schools, and this, man, I have never. This has been such a challenge for me, and that's not to discourage anybody who's still, who's still going to school and stuff like that. I don't want that to be that at all. At the end of the day, it's worth it. It's totally worth it. It's just it is tough for me, but yet. I want people to see that, and I want people to look at how rough it is for me, but I'm still doing it, and I always will. I'm not going to give up yet. I don't care how long it takes. Well, I do care how long it takes, to be honest with you, but I don't want it to be. I don't want to be here for 5 years, obviously, but I do want to make sure I have a good concept and good grasp of what's going on. Hey, Christina, how are you? Yeah, it is. It is a new language, and I I love talking to people about it. When people ask me about court reporting stuff, I talk about it like it's my newborn baby. Because I enjoy it. I loved it. Everything, and I'm still new, but I've loved everything about this community of court reporters. I mean, it's a blast. It is a blast. Let's check on the puppy. She's laying behind me. I use these. I can't see links, Brittany, unless I look here. Hold on a second. I hasn't caught up yet. I see you in YouTube. I don't see the link because I'm actually I can't click on the link on my program that I'm using to stream, and I'm actually monitoring the program on Facebook. So, but if it's there, I'll check it out later. If you want to describe what it is for people watching, that'd be awesome too. All right, so. Steno until I can't stand it. It's funny. Last week when when Mom was in the hospital, my mother-in-law, I brought my bag with me with my Steno machine, and I tried to set it up to work when I can. I got some done, but going in and out, to doctors coming in and out, so on and so forth, it was rough. But when they would come in, I had my machine out. They would talk to her about what's going on, and I would sit there and I would write on my machine. Medical terminology and stuff like that. No, that's fine, Brittany. And so, the weird looks you get from doctors as you're taking down what they're saying, like, who's this guy over here taking down what I'm saying? It's hilarious. All right, so we knocked that out. I'm monologuing. So one of the nice things that my school does, and hopefully this one works like I want it to, is they send out daily practice guides, and I want to see if I can get this on my screen here. This takes a second. Oh, nice. Yeah, I can see that. That's definitely a big thing. Yes, Heather, that is my biggest struggle as well. Is not. I want my notes to be clean, and that is hindering me. And I've gotten better about it, but I have not dropped that completely. And it's sorry, I'm just trying to find. Okay, there it is. I had to do something different. So, yeah, exactly. I mean, God, it was rough, and I still do it. And I have to let go. I have to let that go. I have to be okay with it. So I'm going to move this over so you guys see it. So this is what my school sends out every day, and this is daily homework. So this at the end of the day, what they want. Let me go over to this side and stroll down. Is they want at least 3 hours of this day, and so today I already did my homework, right? And what I don't do this homework for transfer students because I'm not a transfer student. This is where I'm at. This orange textbook one right here, and I'm hovering over it like you guys can see my mouse, but that's not. But yeah, I know you guys can't see it. Well, maybe you can because I can see. Yeah, you can. Never mind. So that's where I'm at. So I just did that. It takes about 10 minutes, and then so today it wants to talk about literary and testimony. However, I've already passed literary as far. I know it sounds weird or wonky. I've passed literary enough to move on to the next speed building class, but not Q&A, not JC. So those are what I'm really working on. So instead of literary today, I'm going to do jury charge, and then we'll do Q&A. So one of the things too it says here, and these are on my text pages, and I have the physical book, but it's not on the internet where I can pull it up. But it's, you do drills and miscellaneous, and then there's a page for optional briefs, and then you do preview the concordance and literary speed building. So it gives you like 15 minutes of time to preview the words and stuff like that you're going to do for literary and testimony. But obviously, we're going to do Q&A and testimony today. And then so that they want you to listen an hour of each. And then they have on the course site, they have medical Q&A straight copy, and then they want you to print and read a set of corrected steno notes. So that's kind of what I do today. And then obviously Wednesdays, I have to have my self-evaluation and my test for one of them. So, I got a phone call coming in. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Used to like the same things, music, movies, outings. We were two sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, a comfort in the silence, feeling alive in your smile. Your fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. Your fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. We don't fit in each other's life no more. We don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, 'cause we just don't fit. Is there something on your mind? You say that it's alright, but I can tell that's a lie. Never thought that it'd be like this. No, I can't stand the silence. Lately it's so hard to find. Your fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. Yeah, we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, 'cause we just don't fit.
All right, sorry about that. Ralphie gave me a text too saying that I was dropping frames in and out. I can see where I was, which is weird. It's weird. Yeah. I don't know why I was doing that. Hopefully it should be stable now. A couple glitches here and there. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, that's the... I keep grabbing... Dang it. All right. Let's go over here. So yeah, that's my daily routine for that. That's my recommended time management plan. And so I really wish, and as we sit and chit chat, and we will get to EV360 here shortly. Oh, it's over here. Let's see. What are we on? 132? That sounds about right. So as we go through here, like the number drills and stuff like that, and I won't bore you with those counting out loud the what's going on with that, but we have some optional briefs, and so in this lesson, it's talking about the RST ending. So thirst, and you guys can't see that, so I don't know why I'm even doing that. But so just bear with me if I'm going through this. This is all new to me. I normally have my spiel, my stick that I tend to stick to, but I just kind of wanted to go through and talk about what I do, because I know there's some students here that don't have that. And so we can do my optional briefs right here. And what I'll do is I'll actually bring up my EV3 or my clips. And let's see, we'll go to real time. And then I can go to window capture. I'm learning how to switch the scenes here and there. Let's see what it says here. There it is. So look, there's my eclipse. All right, learning. So, and as we're talking and going back and forth, you're going to see me do an adjustment because sometimes it doesn't automatically adjust for the screen size because I'm taking it from a smaller screen and putting it on a bigger screen. And so when I do that, it doesn't automatically give me the correct. Oops. So you guys are awesome for hanging out with me like this. I really appreciate it. Wow. Yeah. See, 100%. It goes from being from a big screen to a small screen, and it does what you guys see here. But yeah, sorry, it's hospital stuff again. All right, so let's see. Crazy Rat emitters have all said to embrace the slop, define outlines that come up frequently as mistakes, and add them to your dictionary. I have instruction to find 50 different ways. Yeah, slop strokes. So that was the running gag for a long time. Was the good old slop stroke? Make sure my dictionary is working. There it is. Yeah, good old slop strokes. And then Zen anxiety, stress, and relief supplement. Premium. Okay, so that's Brittany. That's what you use to kind of mellow out a little bit. Platinum Steno on YouTube. 60 to 1. Okay, that's awesome. Good. Yeah, and that's my biggest battle is that there's something for everything. And so, all right. So if you're paying attention, if you need some briefs, so we're going to go through optional briefs as we go through. So we have an accurate. Oh, you guys can't even see that, can you? I mean, you can, but it obviously defines itself. There you go. So now you can see the all right. Now we got it. Now we got it. So on the left, you'll see obviously how it pops up. On the right, you're going to see how Steno defines it. So accurate. I can probably do too. Let's do this because you guys don't really need to see it pop up correctly. So what I can do is, oops. It's not going to be as cool as my my EV360, but we're going to do this so you guys can see it. And it's not the best, but it's the best I can do right now. We're making this up as we go. So KRAES accurate, and then you have agreement, GROE mint, and hopefully you guys can see that okay. I know it's kind of small, especially if you're watching on your phone. That's probably horrible. I just want to go through this real quick, and then you got agreements, almost, and then you have bias. That's not right. That comes as base. Oh, you know why? There it is. Because I was doing A. Accurate for me, and that works too. Because when I don't type it that way, but I can. And it's when it comes up here, like as we're talking, I wrote that out the way you write it, and I'm able to see that's not defined in my dictionary, so I can easily global it right into it. And so now it's there. So, yeah. And then we have color, KLOR. And then consist, K-I-F-T. My F-T is the S-T. If that doesn't depends on what your theory is, I guess. I think it's pretty accurate across the board. And then there's K-I-S-T-S. So that's consists. And again, what I was talking about earlier, how it doesn't sometimes it doesn't pop up. So that didn't pop, even though it's my theory, it didn't pop up in my dictionary. So that's now it's in now it's in there. How did I write that out? Oh, yeah, that's in my dictionary, by the way. Yeah, mine is FT. That's my ST ending. Let's see, couple. And then this is current, is K-U-R-N-T, current. And then K-U-R-L-T. I'm sorry. K-U-R-N-L-T. That's currently. And then daily is Dale, long L. Duties. Duty. I'm 5. Duty. Engage, N-A-I-J, equals the Q-A-L, which that's adequate for something, for some reason. That is not correct at all. So I'm going to have to fix that. QAL should be equal. And then QA, long A, quate, should be equal. That's not right. Hold on a second. I'm talking myself into a corner here. Let me get that fixed. All right, it should be fixed now. Where's that? Evaluate, V-A-E-L-T. I really hate spelling this out for you guys, but this is only, I'm sorry that you can't see. And then, of course, you can evaluating, evaluates, one stroke. Focus. You guys can't see that now, huh? Well, I guess you can once I write it out. And again, this is just basically getting my fingers ready and kind of refreshing my brain of what I need to do. And then, of course, in my book, it's telling me that, I guess I got it. Honest, H-O-S-T, indicate, I-K-T, I, final K-T. Intelligence, T-L-I-N-S. Judicial, J, long U-S. R-B is my S-H, so that's judicial. This is my sh sound, S-H, or R-B is my S-H sound. And then R-B-L is shul. What was that? Memory, M-A-E-R-N. That's not right, because that should be, there it is, memory. I just spelled American for some reason. Sorry. It's going to be M-A-E-R-M, memory. Minimum, M-I-M. Naturals, T-R-A-L-S, naturals. I got to put that in there because that didn't come up either. So that's one of the ways I add to my dictionary as I'm going. Even though it was given to me and already had most of the stuff in there, this is one of the nice things going through. And doing it this way, nice and slow, is to make sure normally my hands remember where they're supposed to be going. Two is to make sure that the briefs that I'm practicing are actually in my dictionary the way they're supposed to be. So it's kind of a nice way to do it. Observation, OEBGS. Performs, PEFRM. That's performed for me. Period, P, long ERD. Prejudice, PREJ. Prepare, PRERP. This is probably the worst for you guys, so we're almost done. Prohibited, PROBT. But I wonder if I can roll that PROBTD. Yeah, I can't roll that T. It wants me to second stroke it. PROBTD for prohibited. All right, Ralph, we'll see you later, dude. Thanks for dropping in. Public, PLIK. Retire, R, long IR. No, I put the asterisk in there. Sorry. There it is. Retire. Success, S is SKES, SKES. Oh my gosh. These two people want me to become famous. I can buy followers, primes, and viewers. Wow. I should do that. It's funny because for those of you who are familiar with the gaming world as far as Twitch and different streaming platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, there was Mixer, but they're done. So now they're going back. Everybody who's on Mixer is going to Facebook. But Twitch is going to lose a lot of people here shortly because of what's called the DMCA, the Digital Millennial Copyright Act. And basically what that is if you play music on your stream, that is you can get a copyright strike against you. And basically it was one, they'll mute your channel or wherever that music's at, so you lose a lot of content. Or if you get enough, they'll actually ban your channel. And so sorry, I'm just trying to, there it is. Sympathy. SIMPT. Sympathy. And so for some reason, unbeknownst to Twitch, there's a lot of people that started reporting music, or for some reason the DMCA people are hitting Twitch hard. And so the only thing that Twitch is really, and they're trying, don't get me wrong, the only thing they're offering is, hey, you have to go back to all of your old videos and delete them. You have to delete them. Otherwise, you can get fined. And so, let's say Lydia, STHI. Yeah, see, I don't have anything for that. So that's one of the, again, how we were talking with Crazy Rabbit. I can put that in too. There you go. Now it's in there that's in there as well for sympathy. So you can get banned, you can be sued, so on and so forth. And so I guess people who've been using Twitch for a long time have been really on them about it. Like, hey, this is coming down the pipeline. You should probably do something about it. And they don't, or they haven't. And so you got people who are playing video games, and the music that's in the video games, it can be just the theme music or whatever else is going on in the background. People are getting hit for that as copyright strikes. And so it's frustrating a lot of people. I'm lucky because Facebook gives me music to play. So the music you hear when I'm away and when I'm starting, that music, I won't get a copyright strike on it, at least from Facebook, because they're the ones that provide it to me. Now I'm getting kind of worried that my channel on Twitch is going to get hit. So I have to figure that out one of these days. So there's that. Hey, Janet, thank you for the follow. There was a lot of people that were following me yesterday, and I think it was a weird catch-up. But where's it at? Julia followed today. Thank you, Julia. And JForce21 on Twitch followed. Thank you so much. We have some subscriptions. Donna, Jason, all that stuff. Thank you guys all so very much. Very, very much. And so, all right, so going back, sorry, I just got on a weird tangent. So we're going to pull up EV360 Ultimate. And so one of the nice things I like about this, and again, I am not being paid to... Heather, thank you so much. Thank you. One of the things that, and again, I'm not pushing EV360, but I do enjoy it, is that you can keep track of... Where's it at? There it is. You can keep... Wow, that's right over my face. Come on now. There we go. You can keep track of your time, you know? And so I'm going to make this bigger again. And so I've shown this before, I think, many days. Thank you, Heather. I really appreciate that. She's doing so much better. For those of you who aren't familiar or never had anybody with cancer before, she, from some of the medications she was taking, she had an ulcer in her stomach, and we didn't catch it quick enough because we didn't know. And so she was bleeding in her stomach, and with chemo and everything else, it is already affecting your blood count as it is. So her hemoglobin dropped to critical levels, and so we had to. They pushed a bunch of bags of blood through her and so that, but she's doing 1,000 times better. It's so amazing. She's walking, she's talking. I am just so happy for her. So happy. And she's eating, which is good. So anyway, so this is what's called My Life on EV360. And this is how I kind of keep tabs of how much, and this is from the beginning. So we're not going to do that. It's this week. And so I've been slacking this week, by the way, and I'm not to. That's why we're going to hit it hard today. Yesterday I had a bunch of appointments and stuff I had to go to. So one of the things, so whenever I play my readback, my stuff like that, as we're going, it automatically tracks it. But for stuff like I just did, I have to actually enter it in manually. And you can't see it, obviously, because it's a different window. But I write it out real quick. And it's one of those things where you kind of want to always remember to do this, at least for me, because otherwise I'll forget. Homework, Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. So I'll do 8. Sorry. It's not true at all. 9. Let me save that, because I always want to keep track of my time. Always want to keep track of it. You know, because at the end of the day, you can look at it and say, okay, this is what I did. This is what I didn't do today. So we would do optional briefs, drill number 1. What did I do here? I pushed something funky. That's not, oh, look at this thing go. Man. Let me click out and click back in real quick. All right. Fix that. My mouse is all getting crazy. And I don't know what's going on here. All right. I got to shut that off real quick. That was funky. Funky. Okay. The time is drawing near where we're going to start writing again. And I am trying to multitask as I do this. Is the stream popping in and out again? I look at it and my percentages are going down. So I think that's good. As far as my percentages of... oh, cool. Pop it back up. Of frames drop. So we're good to go. Good to go. So we want to do this. And we want to go... optional briefs. Number 1. Man, that is the horrible spelling. Dang it. save that in there. Oh yeah, she's got it beat. She had breast cancer a while ago, and so sorry, I'm just trying to get this thing fixed. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, she's definitely got this beat. She beat that. She'll beat it again. She's got an amazing support system. Basically, to me, she's a freaking saint in my book. And you guys hear me say mom, and then but it's my mother-in-law, but I call her mom too. You know, my real mom is still alive, and I love her too. I love them all. But yeah, she's a freaking saint, and I love her. She is. I mean, the epitome of what how everybody should live their life. Sometimes, man. She loves life, and I don't think there's anybody in this world that doesn't like her. She's a administrator at the alternative school here. It's part of the school district. She's the administrator. She's been doing that for years, and she loves her job, and she loves those kids so much. And that's her biggest thing, is that she's able to work from home when she can, but just I can tell she misses it. All right, so we're setting up for some Q&A as soon as my program loads up. As soon as it loads up, oh, look at that. Booyah. So I have to, let me close this. So when EV360 is running, I can't have my cat software going because it gets mad at me. It gets mad. All right, so let me fix this again. Window capture, add source. I talk a lot too, by the way, when I'm going through this. So look at that. All right, so this is going to jack it up, I think. Let's see. All right. Shoot. I'm going backwards. There we go. I'll get it right, I promise. All right. So let's get this fixed again. This is not exactly going the way I planned it, but, you know, that's not what I want to do. Sometimes when you mess with a good thing. But you guys should be able to see this very well once I have it all figured out. Look at that. Booyah. All right. You guys should be able to see that pretty dang well. All right. Perfect. All right. So back at it again. All right. So we're going to go in here and, slowly moving along, but we're moving along down to some of the stuff we're going to do now. So we're going to do some dictation. So now you're actually going to hear the dictation. Business as usual. So it's going to be 2-voice Q&A. So if you're new to the stream, never seen it before, and you have your writer out, or you want to go grab your writer, now's the time. You can practice along with me. So we're going to do 2-voice Q&A. I'm sorry, jury charge. We're doing jury charge before I lose my mind. We're doing jury charge. I use EV360 Ultimate. That's what you see on my screen. That's the vertical notes from the program, not my cat software. When we do EV360, I use a function on it called MyReadback. And what that is we're going to have 6 sections. Each section has 5 takes, and those 5 takes are done at various speeds. The takes will be the same thing over again within that section, but just the speed will increase as we go. I am 80 is my base speed, so we're going to do 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, and we're going to go at it. We're going to go into this fresh, so I will not have any notes, anything like that, but I will, as soon as I find my notebook. There it is. I'm a hot mess right now. Give me a second. I do have my notebook out, so when I have briefs and stuff like that, or son of a bitch. All right, there we go. Sorry, a bunch of dropped. So, yeah, so we're gonna party like rock stars now. Did you guys see my new puppy, by the way? She's sleeping, but I might wake her up anyway, just so you can see her. She's my little buddy. Because I do all this from home, and it does get lonely. It does get lonely. Hey, Roo. Hi. Hi. Do you want to come say hi to everybody? Let me go get her real quick. You want to say hi to everybody? Oh, I got you all wrapped up, huh? All right. Come here. So this is Ruth. This is my new buddy, my new study buddy. Yeah. Hi. What do you think? What do you think? Yeah. She's my little bestie right now. You chillaxing, doggy? Yeah. What's nice, though, is that she reminds me now that I have to, whenever she has to get up and move around, I got to move up and move around. So I'm not sitting down all day, huh? What do you think? Yeah, you're not. Oh, big yawn. Big yawn, huh? Thank you, Candace. Thank you. Yes, she is. Treats for Ruth. Thank you so much. Yeah. What do you think? Oh, what's a big yawn, huh? Yeah. Yeah. You were sleeping and I woke you up, huh? You were sleeping and I woke you up. Yeah, she's an Australian Shepherd mix. We got her from the pound. We got her from the pound. She's a rescue, huh? Here's a rescue dog. He's a rescue dog. And you're getting big and heavy already. You're getting big and heavy already. She's almost doubled in weight since we've gotten her. Yeah, there you go, huh? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. So she loves the kids and she goes riding with me. Oh, thank you. She goes riding with me. In the car. You want me to let you down now? Are you being shy? Are you being camera shy? Yeah. All right, I'll put you down. I'll put you down. There you go. Your toy's right here. There it is. Get it. Get it. And she just crashed back out. All right, so that's Ruth. That's my Steno dog. Steno dog, huh? You past that already, huh? Yeah. Yeah, she's been pretty good about going outside and using the restroom and stuff like that. She lets me know. She lets me know. I pay attention to that. So, before we get this party started, let's get up, stretch, walk around, grab some water. We'll come back, and we'll get this party started right. Actually, before I do that, let me make sure this works. Hold on.
Ladies and gentlemen of...
Perfect. No Steno demons today. All right. Everybody get up, walk around, stretch. We'll be right back.
Used to like the same things, music, movies, outings. We were two sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, a comfort in the silence, feeling alive in your smile. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, cause we just don't fit. Is there something on your mind? You say that it's alright, but I can tell that's a lie. Never thought that it'd be like this. No, I can't stand the silence. Lately it's so hard to find. My fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, cause we just don't fit. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. Used to like the same things, music, movies, outings. We were two sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, a comfort in the silence, feeling alive in your smile. My fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. My fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, cause we just don't fit. Is there something on your mind? You say that it's alright, but I can tell that's a lie. Never thought that it'd be like this. No, I can't stand the silence. Lately it's so hard to find. My fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, cause we just don't fit.
All right, we're back. I had to take her outside. You just cursed me, Heather. Heather cursed me. All right. Let's get back to business. This will be two-voice Q&A, which is not. It's not at all. JC. All right, so let's get this party started. 80 words per minute. Heather's got 4. Yeah. This is only one. I don't think I can handle more than one. I know in theory people say you should get two to keep each other busy, but I don't want to. She's perfect. Her name is Ruth. I even made an Instagram account for her. My wife thinks I'm crazy, which I am. Yeah. So anyway, also by the way, Thursday night, I'm gonna do some streaming for my video games. So I have two things going on. I got my other podcast going on Thursday at Drink with Bank, and then I'm gonna stream some video games and stuff on Steno Gamer because it's been a minute. And usually Candace will stream with me, socially awkward streams. It'll be good times. So if you have nothing going on Thursday night, come have a drink and watch some video games. All right, section 1, take 1. This is going to be at 80 words per minute. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, now that you have heard all of the evidence to be received in this trial and each of the arguments of counsel, it becomes my duty to give you the final instructions of the court as to the law that is applicable to this case and which will guide you in your decisions. All of the instructions of law given to you by the court, those given to you at the beginning of the trial, those given to you during the trial, if any, and these final instructions must guide and govern your deliberations.
All right. There you go. My seat sank down a little bit, and I can 100% tell when I was writing that my machine was too high, which means my chair got sunk a little bit. Good times. All right, so this is be good. This is good. Feels good. My fingers feel good. Let's do 90. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, now that you have heard all of the evidence to be received in this trial and each of the arguments of counsel, it becomes my duty to give you the final instructions of the court as to the law that is applicable to this case and which will guide you in your decisions. All of the instructions of law given to you by the court, those given to you at the beginning of the trial, those given to you during the trial, if any, and these final instructions must guide and govern your deliberations.
Boom. All right. So far, so good. So far, so good. So far, so good. All right. We are off to the races. All right, let's do 100. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, now that you have heard all of the evidence to be received in this trial and each of the arguments of counsel, it becomes my duty to give you the final instructions of the court as to the law that is applicable to this case and which will guide you in your decisions. All of the instructions of law given to you by the court, those given to you at the beginning of the trial, those given to you during the trial, if any, and these final instructions must guide and govern your deliberations.
Perfect. Feeling good. Feeling good. Feeling good. I need to. Let's do this real quick. Where's that button at? All right, here we go. Had to fix something real quick. All right. 110. We're moving right along. 110. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, now that you have heard all of the evidence to be received in this trial and each of the arguments of counsel, it becomes my duty to give you the final instructions of the court as to the law that is applicable to this case and which will guide you in your decisions. All of the instructions of law given to you by the court, those given to you at the beginning of the trial, those given to you during the trial, if any, and these final instructions must guide and govern your deliberations.
Deliberations. Boom. Boom. Excuse me. I keep it classy. What are you doing? She's got a big stuffed teddy bear with a squeaker in it. She's going crazy with it. Is that good? All right. How's everyone feeling on this if you're following along? See, and it's weird because, again, that was 110, and I'm cruising right along. Then I take a test. So, yeah, the test, by the way, is the only thing I won't stream today. I don't want anybody to compromise what I'm doing or finger pointing as far as if I'm cheating or not, because I will not do that. So the test today will be offline. I didn't think I had to explain that, but I guess I better just to say it. You doing good? All right. That's awesome, Lydia. Nice. All right, let's do 120. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, now that you have heard all of the evidence to be received in this trial and each of the arguments of counsel, it becomes my duty to give you the final instructions of the court as to the law that is applicable to this case and which will guide you in your decisions. all of the instructions of law given to you by the court, those given to you at the beginning of the trial, those given to you during the trial, if any, and these final instructions must guide and govern your deliberations.
There it is, deliberations. You're welcome, Heather. Thank you for the stars. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Let's see. Doing good. Going for punctuation. Nice. Good. I try to grab it. I try to grab it when I can. But if it's going to make me hesitate in that, I will fix it in transcription. Absolutely. Let me fix something real quick, though. Because I see this, and it's just too much. There we go. All right, back at it. I am pretty stoked. She sits underneath my desk, and she doesn't chew on the wires. And I say that, and she's going to do it. Watch. I just cursed myself. I think I did. Damn it. You heard me, didn't you? Did you hear me say that? Give me that. It's a hard knock life. Hard knock life. My little bot's going off. All right. Here, take that. Shot myself in the foot on that one. Yeah, there you go. Take that. There you go. Let me turn this off too. There we go. All right. You rocked that 120. Yeah, it felt good. But again, a lot of it might be from memorization, but at least you know what's coming. And that's just, you just get in where you fit in. Get in where you fit in. All right, so we're going to section 2. This is going to be back down to 80 words per minute. Here we go.
It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court.
All right. There was oh, it's of course. I think it's just FK. Without looking back. Candace was so close under 140s, man. Yeah, and I was just talking about you too. When I follow you, sometimes when you're doing your 120s and stuff, I'm able to rock that. And then I take my tests and so you can blow it up my ass. It's a true story. True story. I keep wiping my nose because I feel like mustache hair is like crawling its way up and tickling my nose. But we're family here. So if I pick my nose on air, yeah, no. I won't eat it, I promise that. All right, let's do 90. Here we go.
It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court.
All right, a couple of briefs in there. Of course, it's just FK for me. Rules of law, RO*FL. Rules of law. Closing arguments, CARMTS. So this is my arguments, or my arguments, and I just do no, I don't. I do it ROFL with the asterisk. That's my rules of law. Yeah, rules of law. And then rule of law. Rules of law. Actually, no, I stand corrected. Rabbit. It's just RFL. Because I've never once heard rule of law. The rule of law. Rules of law. Yeah, RFL. Sorry. There you go. Oh, I felt better. Man. Yeah, so closing arguments and opening arguments. How do I differentiate? So, to be honest with you, I've never heard the phrase rule, plural, of law. And that's from testifying in court as law enforcement. I've never heard rule of law. So you'll hear rule, just plural. Okay, so then I would probably just I'd add that. I'd define it as that. Oops, sorry. So I have not yet. So not saying, obviously I probably will. I don't know why my chat's not keeping up with me. If that's the case, then I will start to add that S in there. Because it's just another finger, so it's not going to, oops. I'll add that S in there. It's not too late to retrain my brain to do that. Yeah, so closing arguments, opening arguments. Okay, perfect. Then I'll start to retrain my brain to grab this as rules of law. And that is rule of law. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I like to have people in there. I love it when you guys chat because the last thing I need is to train my brain wrong. So closing arguments. And I think that's my opening arguments. Without pulling up my dictionary, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyway. I'm sorry, not opening arguments. Opening statements. Gosh dang it. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone right now because I don't know what it is. I definitely know that this is my closing arguments. So we'll just leave it at that. Without the A. Gosh dang it. There it is. Closing arguments. My brain runs at 1,000 miles per hour sometimes. And when I open my mouth, all of it wants to come out at once. So we're just going to leave that alone. Closing arguments. There you go. Okay, opening statement. I think that's what it is. Opening statements. Pretty sure that's what it is. Opening statements, opening statement. And then, yeah, look at that. I start confusing myself. Thank you, Rabbit. Every time I say your name, Rabbit, I can think of 8 Mile. Let's get this party started. 100 words per minute. Here we go.
It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court.
It's hilarious. Are you guys still there? Oh, man. That was epic. I have a power bar underneath me. I'm surprised it was that quick. Thank God all my other stuff is on this one. Just turn my screen off. I lost my screen, and I'm like, what the hell's going on? And then I looked down, and my dog had bumped my power bar, my power source, and turned the monitor off. Right? Yeah, well, I can't do a do-over. And it even locked up my screen. Oh, dang, I'm gonna have to do a hard restart. Man. Yeah, she bumped it and it pushed it right right after and the switch is on the side, so it bumped it into the table, the leg, and yeah. And now from that, so we're gonna have to restart this. Give me a second here. So just give me 1 second, because my EV360 is not it's not responding. So we're gonna have to try that again. That was funny. I'm not even mad, but I'm glad because I have 2 power supplies. One on the left side of my desk, my leg, and one on the right side. The one on the right side has the laptop. It has my lights. It has my main computer. It has the modem. All the things. So I am happy that she pumped this one, which apparently only my laptop is plugged into it, but obviously it kept going because it's on battery, and then it just turned off my main monitor. So that was hilarious. I'm so funny. So let's see if we can find. That's so funny. There's 2 voice Q&A, so I need to. Oh, I guess I can do the date. I don't know why I'm doing it. That's weird. It's not popping up. Yeah, we can do a do-over. I was like 3 deep in, but we'll start that bad boy over again. Jury charge, AD. I'm trying to remember what one it was. I think it was this one right here. That was hilarious. And we were in 2. I want to say we were in 2. No, we were in 3, I think. We definitely were in 3. Oh, that was funny. And now she's back under there, but I moved it, so hopefully she doesn't do that again. All right, so we're gonna have to go back to the 80. I can't. So if you look, oh, you can't see my mouth. There it is. Each one of these sections. Here's 120. Oh, we're in section 2. Okay, I can't start these individually. So this is 110 right here. So I can't start. I had to only start from the beginning, which sucks, but we can do it. We'll do it. We'll blow through it real quick. All right, section 2, take 180 words per minute. Here we go. Oh, shoot. Dang it.
It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court.
Boom. All right. We're going to keep rolling to get caught up. See, what's nice too, and we're going to do it for this section right here. I can hit continue play, and that's going to play each one right after each other. So you guys ready to rock? I'm ready to rock. All right. This is going to be a continuous play, 90 to 120. Here we go. Buckle up. No breaks.
It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court. It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court. It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court. It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court.
Woo! My fancy hat. This is my dapper hat. What's up, Big Earn? Big Earn. Hey, I got to chit chat with you later, by the way. I got something I want to test out. So, I'll give you a call here later. Right now, I'm getting at it. Here's my fancy hat. I want to talk to you about IPAs. Oh, man. It did feel good. Did you, how did you guys like it just running and gunning? Like, hit play, let it do its thing. For show. Thank you, Marty, for the follow. Outstanding. Thank you very much. So did you guys like that? Just let it ride and going through it? Like not giving your hands a break, and so it kind of gets that endurance bit starting to be built. I liked it, and it's something bigger, like in the stream. Thank you. So what do you guys think? Crickets. You liked it? All right. Let's try that with section 3. We're gonna just run and gun. We're gonna pull back and let it ride. Well, we're not again. We're gonna pull back and let it fly like a bow and arrow. I think that's how it goes. I could be wrong though. It's a true story I just made up, which cracks me up. My awesome dad jokes that I would talk to my girls and I'll give them some random fact or some fact that's obviously just not true. From a movie or whatever the case is. And I always tell them that's a true story I just made up. And the oldest freaking cracks up every time I say that. Every time I say that, she cracks up. It's a true story I just made up. So, nice. All right, so let's do this. Section 3, all the takes. So this is going to start off at 80. It's going to end at 120. We're going to build some endurance. Yeah, I like it better too. And it kind of gets me... it keeps me, because in here I am, but we're going to start a new section, so it keeps me from running my mouth in between each take, because I have a tendency to talk. Where's that? Yeah, she's passed out now. All right, so here we go. Section 3. We're going to grip it and rip it and do the whole thing. Stand by. Targets. Here we go.
Neither are you to be concerned with the wisdom of any rule of law
There it is, rule of law.
stated by the court.
Got me.
Regardless of any opinion you may have as to what the law ought to be, it would be a violation of your sworn duty to base any part of your verdict upon any other view or opinion of the law than that given in these instructions of the court. Just as it would be a violation of your sworn duty as the judges of the facts to base your verdict upon anything but the evidence received in the case.
All right, so sworn duty. I just do sworn and add the D with the asterisk. Because, well, no, do I? Because sworn is not a word. Either sworn in, he was sworn, he is getting sworn. Yeah, so it's just sworn. I don't know why that F's in there, to tell you the truth. There it is. Sworn duty. But I think I do have an asterisk in there to tell you that. I think it's both ways. Sworn duty. So it's sworn with a D. Sworn duty. Why did I just do one? Oh, damn it. Okay, here we go. I pressed the wrong button. I'm so used to pressing the one. The other way, so. Yeah, mine is sworn, because I just do sworn this way with a D, because if I stroke it, if it says sworn and I stroke it and then I hear duty, I can actually just add the D. Duty. Sworn duty. So that's why I do it. And then it's the same thing with sworn testimony. Sworn testimony, sworn testimonies. And then same thing with sworn duties. I've never heard sworn duties come up, but I grab the D. So sworn testimony, sworn testimony, damn it, sworn testimony, sworn testimonies. There we go. That's how I do it. But not saying, I do like Rabbit's Way too. Sworn testimony, sworn duty. It makes sense too. But this, mine's just, I already grabbed that for sworn. And so it's not hard for me to just grab those if I need to. Be sworn in, sworn testimony, sworn duty, sworn duties, sworn testimonies. Yeah, so do I. And to be honest, if I look up in my my little finder, I'm sure that might be the way that they do it. And that might be even in my my dictionary is the way you do it as well. But that's the way I've been doing it. That's the way I entered it into my I think, because it's easy for me. Because I'll grab sworn, and if I grab sworn, it's already there. And they say sworn whatever, duty, testimony, so on and so forth. It's not a hard reach to grab that. And even if I miss it too fast and I do this, sworn D, or if I go sworn T or sworn TS, and I can read that note saying, okay, that's what I meant. Law ought. Okay. Yeah, violations. Yeah, violations. All right. Now for real this time, Lydia. Sorry about that. We're going to grip and rip it. Here we go. This is going to play everything. Here we go.
Neither are you to be concerned with the wisdom of any rule of law stated by the court. Regardless of any opinion you may have as to what the law ought to be, it would be a violation of your sworn duty to base any part of your verdict upon any other view or opinion of the law than that given in these instructions of the court. just as it would be a violation of your sworn duty as the judges of the facts to base your verdict upon anything but the evidence received in the case. Neither are you to be concerned with the wisdom of any rule of law stated by the court. Regardless of any opinion you may have as to what the law ought to be, it would be a violation of your sworn duty to base any part of your verdict upon any other view or opinion of the law than that given in these instructions of the court. Just as it would be a violation of your sworn duty as the judges of the facts to base your verdict upon anything but the evidence received in the case. Neither are you to be concerned with the wisdom of any rule of law stated by the court. Regardless of any opinion you may have as to what the law ought to be, it would be a violation of your sworn duty to base any part of your verdict upon any other view or opinion of the law than that given in these instructions of the court. Just as it would be a violation of your sworn duty as the judges of the facts to base your verdict upon anything but the evidence received in the case. Neither are you to be concerned with the wisdom of any rule of law stated by the court. Regardless of any opinion you may have as to what the law ought to be, it would be a violation of your sworn duty to base any part of your verdict upon any other view or opinion of the law than that given in these instructions of the court. Just as it would be a violation of your sworn duty as the judges of the facts to base your verdict upon anything but the evidence received in the case.
In the case. Yeah, I like that better. I like it better. Let's see. Yeah. And I had those written down at one time. So I'm going to write it down again. Thank you, Rabbit. I'm glad you're doing it because normally Debbie's here with me and she calls me out on all this stuff. In the case, in this case, I just read that too quick. I think we talked about this before in that case. NAKS. Is that supposed to Z at the end of it? Yeah. I'm at the point now, Rabbit, that I've already had my theory based down, and then I'm starting to implement briefs no matter who gives them to me, because I'm just I'm just doing speed building now. In that case, is that NAKS or should that be NAKZ like the rest of them? I think I want to say it's Z. Because if I do KS, that's going to do nation, so that's going to be Z for me. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it took me a second to look at it. I'm like, I think that was struck out nation as I'm looking at my keyboard. I'm like, that'll be nation. So yeah, NAKZ. So for those of you who missed it, this right here in the case, I'm sorry, it would be. Wrote that wrong. Okay, try it again. All right. It would be. There you go. And this is in the case. In this case. In that case. Clear as mud. Bada boom, bada bing. Sounds good. All right. We'll move on to section 4. We'll take a quick break. And then we'll be right back. But yes, quick break, be right back. And then we're going to pop out the next 3 sections and do a 5-minute take a couple times. And then I'm going to do my testing. All right. I can't even figure out the button here. Here it is. Be right back.
Used to like the same things, music, movies, outings. We were 2 sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, a comfort in the silence, feeling alive in your smile. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, 'cause we just don't fit. Is there something on your mind? You say that it's alright, but I can tell that's a lie. Never thought that it'd be like this. No, I can't stand the silence. Lately it's so hard to find. And fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, 'cause we just don't fit. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. Used to like the same things, music, movies, outings. We were 2 sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, a comfort in the silence, feeling alive in your smile. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the like your edges hurt. It's hard to accept we don't connect the way that we did before. I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, cause we just don't fit. Is there something on your mind? You say that it's alright, but I can tell that's a lie. Never thought that it'd be.
All right, we're back. Oh, there's Chris. So Heidi. See, now I can actually call you by your first name. Yeah, you can, Heidi, you can message me on Stenogamer, and I'll be able to get the message if you want. Let me know. Just message me there. So if you want, message me there on Stenogamer, and that way I remember to hit you up. Because I like Bruce. I have a good book too, by the way. Let me just find it. It's somewhere in here. It's from my school. I'm gonna dump a bunch of stuff. It's one's called Breeze, and the other one's a phrase workbook. So that's pretty freaking. I like doing that. I like doing that as well. So, all right. So we were on section 4. We're gonna burn through this one, just how we did the last time. We're gonna hit play and let all the sections just go with it. So we get that good workout so that get some speed building or some endurance up. What's up, Ray? I see you watching, buddy. I even started early for you today. No, I started early because I can't now. I'm going to try to slowly transition to the morning time again, Ray. But depending on what the appointments are for my mother-in-law for her medical stuff, it'll be I'll do in the morning when I can. If not, it'll be in the afternoon. What up, Holmes? OG Ray, loving it, dude. Hey, check it out, man. We're doing JC today, and so instead of doing section by section, I hit continuous play, and it goes to that whole section, all 5 parts of it, all 5 takes in one go. So there's no break in between, and we get that good endurance built up. That's how we roll. All right, so here we go. This will be section 4. It's going to go from 80 to 120. Here we go.
You were chosen as juror for this trial in order to evaluate all of the evidence received and to decide each of the factual questions presented by the allegations brought by the plaintiff and a denial of these allegations by the defendant. Nothing I say in these instructions is to be taken as an indication that I have any opinion about the facts of the case or what that opinion is. It is not my function to determine the facts, but rather yours. You were chosen as juror for this trial in order to evaluate all of the evidence received and to decide each of the factual questions presented by the allegations brought by the plaintiff and a denial of these allegations by the defendant. Nothing I say in these instructions is to be taken as an indication that I have any opinion about the facts of the case or what that opinion is. It is not my function to determine the facts, but rather yours. You were chosen as juror for this trial in order to evaluate all of the evidence received and to decide each of the factual questions presented by the allegations brought by the plaintiff and a denial of these allegations by the defendant. Nothing I say in these instructions is to be taken as an indication that I have any opinion about the facts of the case or what that opinion is. It is not my function to determine the facts, but rather yours. You were chosen as juror for this trial in order to evaluate all of the evidence received and to decide each of the factual questions presented by the allegations brought by the plaintiff and a denial of these allegations by the defendant. Nothing I say in these instructions is to be taken as an indication that I have any opinion about the facts of the case or what that opinion is. It is not my function to determine the facts, but rather yours. You were chosen as juror for this trial in order to evaluate all of the evidence received and to decide each of the factual questions presented by the allegations brought by the plaintiff and a denial of these allegations by the defendant. Nothing I say in these instructions is to be taken as an indication that I have any opinion about the facts of the case or what that opinion is. It is not my function to determine the facts, but rather yours.
Woo. That was tough right there at the end. I'm trying to get on your level, Ray. What speed are you at now? I know you passed me. Jerk. Jerk face. Yeah. What speed are you at, Ray? Tell me. Tell me your speed. Do it. Do it. Almost 120. God damn it, Ray, I hate you. I'm going to have to catch up now. You're such a jerk. Such a jerk, Ray. You stopped watching me, you got better. So don't tell anyone. I've been slacking. I've been busy, Ray. Life really kicked me in the balls, man. So we're just trying to get that back up there. I'll be up there soon enough. Soon enough. All right, section 5. Here we go. We're going to grip it and rip it. Buckle up, boys and girls. Here we go.
You must perform your duties as jurors without bias or prejudice as to any party. The law does not permit you to be governed by sympathy, prejudice, or public opinion. All parties expect that you will carefully and impartially consider all of the evidence, follow the law as it is now being given to you, and reach a just verdict regardless of the consequences. When a government agency is involved, of course, it may act only through natural persons as its agents or employees.
Agents and employees.
You must perform your...
All right, I'm going to stop that. I might lose it there. Agents. Consequences and agents, if you got it, throw it down. AEGTS. AEGTS. KONSZ. Got it. All right. Here we go.
Duties as jurors without bias or prejudice as to any party. The law does not permit you to be governed by sympathy, prejudice, or public opinion. All parties expect that you will carefully and impartially consider all of the evidence, follow the law as it is now being given to you, and reach a just verdict regardless of the consequences. When a government agency is involved, of course, it may act only through natural persons as its agents or employees. You must perform your duties as jurors without bias or prejudice as to any party. The law does not permit you to be governed by sympathy, prejudice, or public opinion. All parties expect that you will carefully and impartially consider all of the evidence, follow the law as it is now being given to you, and reach a just verdict regardless of the consequences. When a government agency is involved, of course, it may act only through natural persons as its agents or employees. You must perform your duties as jurors without bias or prejudice as to any party. The law does not permit you to be governed by sympathy, prejudice, or public opinion. All parties expect that you will carefully and impartially consider all of the evidence, follow the law as it is now being given to you, and reach a just verdict regardless of the consequences. When a government agency is involved, of course, it may act only through natural persons as its agents or employees. You must perform your duties as jurors without bias or prejudice as to any party. The law does not permit you to be governed by sympathy, prejudice, or public opinion. All parties expect that you will carefully and impartially consider all of the evidence, follow the law as it is now being given to you, and reach a just verdict regardless of the consequences. When a government agency is involved, of course, it may act only through natural persons as its agents or employees.
That was rough. Wow, that's rough. Ray is flexing it, man. Ray's out here swinging Big D. If I forgot to, by the way, Marty, thank you for the follow. I'm not sure if I did. That was 30 minutes ago. I'm not sure if I did, to be honest with you. Not sure. All right. And Ernie, thank you for the stars, bud. Thank you for the stars. My man. My man. Black ink pen on the ground with hubby sitting there. I don't see how that can go wrong. All right. Section 6. Section 6. I can feel it. I'm going to start doing this more often because I can feel it near the end of that, the fourth or fifth take. I can feel it. Like I'm drifting off because it's a good workout. It's a good workout. No wonder Ray's at 120s right now. No wonder. No wonder. But hey, if that would take to motivate me is to beat Ray out of spite, then whatever. Then whatever. I'm gonna beat Ray out of spite. I'm proud of you, Ray. You've grown up so fast. So fast. How's that baby? How's that baby? Good, I hope. All right, section 6. Let's turn and burn. Here we go. Last section before we go into the 5-minute takes. Here we go.
Even if an act is illegal or forbidden, it may be within the scope of the employment of the agents or employees of the government agency so as to make the government agency liable for those acts. As stated earlier, it is your duty to determine the facts, and in so doing, you must consider only the evidence I have admitted in the case. The term evidence includes the sworn testimony of the witnesses. Sworn testimony read to you from depositions, the exhibits admitted in the record, and stipulated or admitted facts.
Bam. Oh, shitballs. I hit the wrong one again. I just hit single play. Continuous play. Maybe. Did I break it?
Even if an act is illegal or forbidden, it may be within the scope of the employment of the agents or employees of the government agency so as to make the government agency liable for those acts. As stated earlier, it is your duty to determine the facts, and in so doing, you must consider only the evidence I have admitted in the case. The term evidence includes the sworn testimony of the witnesses. Sworn testimony read to you from depositions, the exhibits admitted in the record, and stipulated or admitted facts. Even if an act is illegal or forbidden, it may be within the scope of the employment of the agents or employees of the government agency so as to make the government agency liable for those acts. As stated earlier, it is your duty to determine the facts, and in so doing, you must consider only the evidence I have admitted in the case. The term evidence includes the sworn testimony of the witnesses. Sworn testimony read to you from depositions, the exhibits admitted in the record, and stipulated or admitted facts. Even if an act is illegal or forbidden, it may be within the scope of the employment of the agents or employees of the government agency so as to make the government agency liable for those acts. As stated earlier, it is your duty to determine the facts, and in so doing, you must consider only the evidence I have admitted in the case. The term evidence includes the sworn testimony of the witnesses. Sworn testimony read to you from depositions, the exhibits admitted in the record, and stipulated or admitted facts. Even if an act is illegal or forbidden, it may be within the scope of the employment of the agents or employees of the government agency so as to make the government agency liable for those acts. As stated earlier, it is your duty to determine the facts, and in so doing, you must consider only the evidence I have admitted in the case. The term evidence includes the sworn testimony of the witnesses. Sworn testimony read to you from depositions, the exhibits admitted in the record, and stipulated or admitted facts.
Oh man, that was sloppy as hell, but I should be able to read through that, most of that. They do go so fast, or they grow up so fast. Makes me cry. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna hit the my speed building. So that's gonna be 5-minute takes of everything we just went through, and we're gonna do it with the foundation. Workout. So we're gonna start slow, 80 words per minute, and we're gonna go up to 120. So we're gonna gradually build that speed. So give me a few minutes. I'll get this set up, and we'll get going. Be right back.
Used to like the same things, music, movies, outings. We were two sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, comfort in the silence, feeling alive in your smile. Your fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. Your fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit each other's life no more, and we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, cause we just don't fit. Is there something on your mind? You say that it's alright, but I can tell that's a lie. Never thought that it'd be like this. No, I can't stand the silence. Lately it's so hard to find. Your fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, cause we just don't fit. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. Used to like the same things, music, movies, outings. We were two sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, comforting.
Yeah, no kidding, Lydia. As long as you can read it. Shoot, as long as I can read it. As long as anybody can read it. As long as the transcription comes out the way it's supposed to be, who cares? Because that's how we roll. Verbatim. All right, so what is next is going to be the 5-minute take on all the material we just went over, but it's going to be 5 minutes. It's going to start off at 70 words per minute, kind of get you warmed up, and we're going to end at 110. I don't know why it changed it that way, but hey, that's what we do. So 70 to 110, it's going to be a 5-minute take. It's going to be everything we just went over. If you need some reminders, refreshers, that's okay too, because that's in the long run it's gonna be pretty awesome. I think in the long run, you just gotta shoot, my phone's being wonky. There we go. In the long run, as long as you read your own slop, you'll be all right. Misstroke it or whatever. Do that slop stroke. So, all right, here we go. This is going to be starting at 70, going to end at 110. It's going to be a 5-minute take of the jury charge we just did. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen
Seems so slow, right?
of the jury, now that you have heard all of the evidence to be received in this trial, and each of the arguments of counsel, it becomes my duty to give you the final instructions of the court as to the law that is applicable to this case, and which will guide you in your decisions. All of the instructions of law given to you by the court, those given to you at the beginning of the trial, those given to you during the trial, if any, and these final instructions must guide and govern your deliberations. It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court, and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court. Neither are you to be concerned with the wisdom of any rule of law stated by the court. Regardless of any opinion you may have as to what the law ought to be, it would be a violation of your sworn duty to base any part of your verdict upon any other view or opinion of the law than that given in these instructions of the court. Just as it would be a violation of your sworn duty as the judges of the facts to base your verdict upon anything but the evidence received in the case. You were chosen as juror for this trial in order to evaluate all of the evidence received and to decide each of the factual questions presented by the allegations brought by the plaintiff and a denial of these allegations by the defendant. Nothing I say in these instructions is to be taken as an indication that I have any opinion about the facts of the case or what that opinion is. It is not my function to determine the facts, but rather yours. You must perform your duties as jurors without bias or prejudice as to any party. The law does not permit you to be governed by sympathy, prejudice, or public opinion. All parties expect that you will carefully and impartially consider all of the evidence, follow the law as it is now being given to you, and reach a just verdict regardless of the consequences. When a government agency is involved, of course, it may act only through natural persons as its agents or employees.
Agents or employees. That's not right. Employees. There it is. Nailed it. Except for that asterisk. How'd that feel? How did that feel? Damn it. I'm trying to get all button happy. Lydia, did you like that? That was rough. All right, we're going to do one more. Let me change the workout plan here. All right, it's going to be the same speed all the way through. If I can find it. There it is. So this is going to be 80 words per minute all the way through. This next one. Yeah, it was pretty good. The last little section there, when it gets pretty fast, when it's prejudice, sympathy, impartial, those when you just had those multisyllabic words that go through real quick, I get kind of hemmed up a little bit, but I just kind of grab something in there so that I can go back later and read it. It's nice. All right, let's do this one here. Maybe I can get one more in after this if we do it right, if we do it quickly. All right, 80 words per minute all the way through. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, now that you have heard all of the evidence to be received in this trial and each of the arguments of counsel, it becomes my duty to give you the final instructions of the court as to the law that is applicable to this case and which will guide you in your decisions. all of the instructions of law given to you by the court, those given to you at the beginning of the trial, those given to you during the trial, if any, and these final instructions must guide and govern your deliberations. It is your duty as jurors to follow the law as stated in all of the instructions of the court and to apply these rules of law to the facts as you find them from the evidence received during the trial. Counsel have quite properly referred to some of the applicable rules of law in their closing arguments to you. If, however, any difference appears to you between the law as stated by counsel and that as stated by the court in these instructions, you, of course, are to be governed by the instructions given to you by the court. Neither are you to be concerned with the wisdom of any rule of law stated by the court. Regardless of any opinion you may have as to what the law ought to be, it would be a violation of your sworn duty to base any part of your verdict upon any other view or opinion of the law than that given in these instructions of the court. Just as it would be a violation of your sworn duty as the judges of the facts to base your verdict upon anything but the evidence received in the case. You were chosen as juror for this trial in order to evaluate all of the evidence received and to decide each of the factual questions presented by the allegations brought by the plaintiff and a denial of these allegations by the defendant. Nothing I say in these instructions is to be taken as an indication that I have any opinion about the facts of the case or what that opinion is. It is not my function to determine the facts, but rather yours. You must perform your duties as jurors without bias or prejudice as to any party. The law does not permit you to be governed by sympathy, prejudice, or public opinion. All parties expect that you will carefully and impartially consider all of the evidence, follow the law as it is now being given to you, and reach a just verdict regardless of the consequences. When a government agency is involved, of course, it may act only through natural persons as its agents or employees.
Sweet. How did that feel? How did that feel, Lydia? Since you're the only one I know that's probably still here. Felt good. 80 words. It feels so slow. But watch, I'm going to take a test here later and probably just bomb it. No, seriously, that's bad talk. I'm going to nail it. I feel good. A lot of good practice today. Shoot, you know what? To be honest with you, I might take this test, have some lunch, come back, and we're going to do some Q&A. Who knows? You feel like Tony the Tiger? It's great. So, I don't know. Let me see how far I get with this and how well I do. If I pass it in 1 or 2 attempts, then maybe I'll come back for some Q&A this afternoon after lunch. I'll get the hiccups now. Just thinking about lunch. Jeez Louise, come on now. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks for the stars sent today. Ernie, Candace, thank you very much. Heather, thank you. Test that right. Yeah. So I'm going to take a test right now. See if I can pass that speed. I'll let you guys know. Obviously, if you guys see me streaming later, I passed it. Well, who knows? I'll probably just stream anyway. But if I take it and I don't pass it, like if I just keep just blowing it, I'll try to come back this afternoon and we'll do JC again until I get it. So I want to get into the 100s. As quick as possible. And I'm almost there. I think JC I have 4 and 5 and Q&A I have 3, 4, and 5 minute. Or it could be swapped, but it's right about there. So thank you all for joining. Hopefully I'll see you this afternoon. If I pass, believe me, you'll hear about it. I'll post it. Not so much when I don't pass, but when I pass, I'll post it. When I pass, not F. When I pass, I'll post it, and we'll get this going. Lydia, thank you for hanging out today. Thank you. And hopefully I'll see you guys this afternoon. You guys are awesome. Laters.
Used to like the same things, music, movies, outings. We were 2 sides of the same coin. I always wanted something like this, comfort in the silence, feeling alive in your smile. Fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, 'cause we just don't fit. Is there something on your mind? You say that it's alright, but I can tell that's a lie. Never thought that it'd be like this. No, I can't stand the silence. Lately it's so hard to find. And fingers interlocking, I can't understand how people grow apart while they're holding hands. And we don't fit in each other's life no more. And we don't fit, and the jagged edges hurt. It's hard to accept that we don't connect the way that we did before. And I'm afraid it'll only get worse if we force it, 'cause we just don't fit.